Hi, April Canvas. It's me. It is I, Tony. How are you? So this is I'm trying to get my shit together. This is Art Moss. I am not going to do an extended amount of days. I'm doing like 5 days for Art Moss. So yes, hopefully you can't hear it too bad, but downstairs I am drying my last load of laundry for the day. Well, for the morning, the night, whatever. It's 4:30 in the morning here where I am when I'm doing this video. I have like 4 channels I'm trying to do Vlogmas style videos for, and I just made the kind of like accommodation that my writing channel, the one that I'm most active on as far as creating content right now, was going to get the bulk of the day. So it's going to get 15 days. My tarot channel and my art channel are going to get 5, and then what was my womb channel, now my lifestyle channel, is going to get 10. So that's like roughly like 40 videos, closing in on 40 videos almost. So that's like a lot to produce, and so yeah, like it's taken me a while to get there. So this video is going to be day 1 for Artmas, and I'm going to talk about my current art and really my current art style, and I have some other vending videos and stuff like that, like what I do. So where we are with my art style. So I am a visual artist. I did not do any like professional training in school or anything like that. What I did do was just kind of like look at a lot of art kind of books, and really like fashion style books. I was really interested in fashion, interior design, things like that. And then I naturally kind of drifted to making art. In around 2017 or so, I started dabbling in it a little bit, and I started taking like these like courses, little short courses or whatever. I got paid for them because I graduated in 2015 from college. I attempted grad school in 2016, 2017. By 2018, I was unemployed, and I like could not find a job for like almost 2 years. And during that time, I took workshops that taught me things like a little bit of video editing, photography, got me interested in comic books, things like that. So like artistic and creative outlets. And I really liked that I got to have these outlets, because being unemployed for nearly 2 years, living at home and people like, get a job, you know, stuff like that, it could really break your spirit. And I think that being in that class, like those classes, helped a lot. And yeah, like I really like that I just was able to figure that out. Eventually I got stable again. I went to pharmacy technician school, became a pharmacy technician, like passed all the certifications and stuff like that. Decided to go back to school for massage therapy, and so massage became a part of my life too. It was a shorter journey because I tried some places. The first place I tried, got laid off. It just was a long journey. So there's that. In the meantime, I decided to go back to school for writing and stuff like that. But my Instagram, the first Instagram that I did in terms of creative pursuits, was my tarot one. And then I started vending tarot like 2022, 2023, somewhere in there. But I have been posting on my other, I have like several Instagrams, but I have been posting on my Instagram, my art Instagram, for like a little while. So it had been like 2018 or so, 2019, somewhere in there. Definitely before the pandemic, I've been posting art stuff. And so when I started vending, I had originally started vending for tarot readings, and then eventually I started doing art. And yeah, I've been like doing that for a while. So I was just started posting art, just different art, all the kind of stuff. No real defined style. So when you see the beginning of my profiles, it's, yeah, like definitely took a while. So let's see. What's the earliest one? Because it may not be, because I know I was doing stuff offline before I posted up here. So let me see, like, try to go to my oldest posting, group of postings. Hold on. I'm just looking at the thing, sorry. Okay, so I got the oldest one right here. Oh, if you can see it. That's my oldest, like, posting. So that was more my art style, and I'm gonna go back to the art style a little bit. That was my art style, just drawing, sketching on paper, and then I developed some other stuff, and I was just drawing and just coming up with stuff and just seeing what stuck and, you know, things like that. So I just was drawing things and posting them online and not thinking anything of it. Then I started drawing more of my flower type things, so things like these. Drawing that, which is the art style that I liked. I did some painting on here, a little bit of painting. And then I started sketching it again. I started doing textile repeats. And then I did a little bit of photography. And then around 2018, I started doing collage. So this is something that I did. And so collage style kind of things, and that's the one that kind of stuck. I did pastels, I did more sketches and things like that. And then I went to go sell art. It was more abstract kind of symbolism, things like that. And that was okay. It wasn't getting too many sales. And I decided to stick with the collage style, and that's the style that most people ended up liking and enjoying. And I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind it. I think I just want the wider breadth, and I'd rather work with like a series and a series and a series. So that's kind of where I have been artistically. But I'm going to show a little bit of what I've been doing over the last few things, and then show you two pieces that I'm actually currently working on. So when it came to collage, it was more like stuff like this. So filling the whole thing. As you can see, I didn't fill it all because it still has some gaps, but filling the whole thing. So this is canvas board. And doing things like this, I really enjoy using collage, and yeah, I enjoy using these pieces of paper and stuff like that. Sadly, the plaza near me closed. The Plaza Art closed near me, or near my school, really. The Plaza Art closed, and then the what's the other one? That Paper Source closed, and I was like, damn it. Like, Paper Source got me because I did not know that they were closing. I just happened to be walking by one day, and then the whole place was like empty, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, because the Barnes & Noble was like right down the strip. So, and I thought they would incorporate and take some of the papers, but when I went to go in there, they had taken a lot of their papers away, and I was like, "The hell?" So the other location, the other Barnes & Noble location, that's still like active too, because the one in my city, like in the downtown area, it closed. It was just a lot. It's just a lot. It was like some bullshit. Like, I was so annoyed. But yeah, like the papers, getting the papers is the main thing because of collage, and like all these stores were like closing and shit. So it's kind of like, oh, it's annoying. But this is the style that I started with. So this is what I did. Filling the whole canvas, right? The whole canvas with paper. and going from there, and it looks like a mosaic and stuff like that. So I have different sizes of this. I did an art exhibition where my work was featured in a local gallery. Really appreciated that. This kind of style. Then it started to develop where like there was a lot of white space, right? So a lot of space. The only thing with these is that when you're using paper mache, the fibers and stuff like that, depending on the paper, can start moving around a lot. So that's one thing you have to consider when you're doing paper mache collaging. You're not sticking everything, you're not filling the whole canvas up. The whole space is that when you have gaps like this, the fibers are more visible. But just art kind of like this, art styles, right? So thinking about that, so little things like this, right? Where you can kind of like do it whichever way you want, but incorporating two papers. This is two papers. So incorporating more papers, more representational kind of, well, less representational and more just like fitting pieces together to make little things, and not really thinking about necessarily like they mean something, because I think artwork, it's like, you gotta mean something. It's like, I'm just putting things together, and it's not like a fool could do it. It's just kind of like, I'm exploring, and that's kind of the basis of this. I don't necessarily have an artistic question about life or humanity or whatever that I'm trying to explore. I'm like putting pieces of paper together and just exploring color and blocking and overlap and all of those sort of things, contrast and shape, and just exploring that and developing my own eye for it. But I do have interest mainly in drawing like wonky flowers and symbolisms and things like that, most notably like the spiral. But the main symbol that I put in my work for the art is, for when I'm drawing, is a seed, and I draw the seed in a very specific way. And so yeah, it looks kind of wonky and different. Anyway, there's that. What my art has developed to, because I have a paper that has these little circles here, it's developed into making a circle and then putting little pieces in, almost like a plate. You can see a plate with shattered pieces, you know, ceramics or food or whatever, but really it's more like geography, geographic in nature. So it's kind of like this, and like, you know, like little maps when they highlight one specific region, kind of like that. That's kind of a thing. It could also be like a microscope, you know, under a microscope and stuff like that, but it really, in my mind, is more geographic in nature, and a standalone kind of piece. So I've started developing this. This is where I've gone on canvas. This is where this is how I've developed my stuff. So that's where I'm going on canvas with my collage, in that direction. And that's where, those are the things, all of those things are what I mainly sell. 2026, I really want to develop my abilities for larger pieces, and so I'm going to show you kind of like two larger pieces that I'm working on a little bit. So these canvases are, what size are these, because I just picked them up recently, 16 by 20, so 16 inches by 20 inches. They are acrylic primed for use with all mediums. So I'm doing, like I said, paper mache collage, and Master's Touch is the brand for these. So I got them at Hobby Lobby in a pack of 3. And then I have an even larger size, which is like 18 by 20 or something like that. Like, it's something, it's like, there's something else, it's something crazy. So the first piece is one that I'm working on, and I don't know exactly which way I want to do it, but it's looking like this. And I like where it's going. I don't like the shaping, so I'm gonna add some pieces, and I think I know what I want to do to make it relate to this piece over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, and it may, yeah, I think it'll work once I do it. But I did, when I was doing this, I did kind of think about another idea with this, so it may end up being standalone, but I want to do like a triptych, diptych kind of like thing. But this is kind of one of the pieces that I'm currently working with, And then the second one that I'm working with, and this may be the diptych, is this piece right here. So I really like the angularity of this piece more so than the other one. I just like how that fits on the page, and I like these. I don't necessarily like the shape of the other one, but we're gonna develop both of them anyway. So I like the curves here. I like the angularities up here in the corners. I like those sort of straight lines and points as opposed to, like I said, the other kind of shape. But this one I think will be a double piece, a diptych, and I am excited to finish these off. And then next I have two more things that I want, well, three more that I want to develop from my drawings. So I've been going back over drawings and sketchbooks and online and stuff like that, and thinking about what I want to develop from that. And what I want to develop from that is a merger of starting to merge styles and put things together, and develop where I'm gonna go from that. So it's a merger of styles. It's also getting into fabric, because a lot of people keep asking me if these are fabrics, and they're not fabric, but they are they're not fabric, but they are like fabric looking in nature or whatever. And so developing that, so it's coming together quite nicely. In 2026 I definitely think it's my year for art, and I'll share more of my triumphs or lack thereof with regards to art this year with vending. In the future I'll go ahead and share that with you, but this is going to be too long. I really want to develop these pastels that I did online. I really want to do these pastels, like the pastel things that I've done. I really want to translate these, and so I may be going back to working with pastels to sketch it out, and then working with it on collage to kind of like figure out what I want to do. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, and I'll see you on day 2. Bye.